Alright, you guys, welcome back to another match play from the U150 tournament. Today is going to be one of the final round three, trip to the final 8 decks that will be built. This one's going to be Stage 1 Rush versus Ampharos. Now, if we remember how these decks got here, Stage 1 Rush beat Poison Deck 8-6 in the opening round, and then beat Napoleon 8-5 in 2 really good games. So hopefully get another good game out of Stage 1 Rush here. And then Ampharos just demolished Evolutions in the early deck. And then since I had to play Sleep Deck because the Sleep deck had that big upset in the 13th match of the tournament, Ampharos had no trouble beating Sleep Deck. So Ampharos has walked here. Stage 1 has just fought to get here. Interesting matchup for sure. Stage 1 Rush doesn't really need a lot of support Pokemon to really get set up. It benefits from it, obviously, but the abilities that Ampharos is going to shut off, not that big of a deal. Plus, Crabominable is just going to run through that deck. So the really idea is try to get Crabominable out as much as possible. Hopefully just steamroll through Ampharos. Let's think. What else here? Winner moves on to the final 8. Yeah. I will mention that. Yeah. So the final 8 decks built. We build decks in groups of 8. That's why we plotted it out 1 through 8, and that sort of thing. So it's kind of like it builds a little bit more suspense because all these decks get taken apart, and each of the deck is quote unquote fighting for their right to get rebuilt. And in between, because we want to do a second one of these round of 64, just a little bit better. We realize that this is the first one and it's kind of crazy. But when we do a second one, we want to do it right and do it better and do it good. Because Flaffy should activate Chain Evolution there. We want to do it better because we know that there's a lot of decks that just absolutely are trashed here. So we want to make sure they have a whole bunch of good decks. I should be evolving that Eevee off of the Chain Reaction Flaffy. I'm missing that. Whoops. Maybe Grady points it out. Anyways, so yes, it's an honor to get rebuilt. This, and this. Yeah, I don't really know where I was going with that. It's kind of rambling. Rambling while Grady gets set up. So he's going to Rosies for the Spiritomb and the Baltoy. And gets the evolution. I still haven't Chain Reaction Eevee yet. Probably should do that. Guzma going to come down, probably for the Flaffy, so I can get this knockout. Still haven't Chain Reaction to Eevee yet. Maybe I don't want to. DC for Computer Search. I don't know why I didn't just Karina there. Because I could have Karina for Crabominable. Maybe I already have it in hand. Maybe I have a Reverse Secret in hand. Oh, it's an item finder. Okay. Oh, draws right into the Crabominable. That's what we want. Up there's. I finally point to the Chain Reaction Eevee. Okay. Didn't end up mattering too much. I'm going to grab Baltoy with the swoop. And here's the Eevee, presumably for Flareon? Yeah. I'll get this Pokemon on the discard pile. Getting these powerful Stage 1s set up. And a quick old knockout onto Flaffy. So now Grady kind of will need to, if he wants to start blocking abilities, he's going to need to get a Broken Time Space up and set that puppy up. I don't remember how this game goes, but the scoreline says it was close. So I'm kind of excited to watch alongside of you guys and see the outcome of this game. The second to last game I need to record for the top half of the bracket. And then we get to the bottom half. First game probably on Monday with Jumplup versus Moltres Emboar. Whoo boy! Moltres Emboar, we played around with it the other day, and oh boy, it is not good. So, really excited to get that one going. Just watch the slaughter that is an 8-0 victory for Jumplup. That's gonna happen. Guaranteed. That deck is horrible. Moltres Emboar, man. I don't know what we were thinking. Even if we thought Eco Gym worked as originally as we thought we would, I think it still would have just gotten crushed by like any deck. I don't think there's a deck that that beats Moltres Envor. Maybe like Cradily? I don't know. Cradily actually is pretty dang good. I enjoyed Cradily. So give Punk for Cradily, dude. Cradily was actually an exciting deck. Yeah, there's some banana things that go on with Cradily. Anyways, back to the game. We've seen, and this Crabominable is going to be kind of a force to be reckoned with. There's a Rocky Helmet to put some damage, hopefully, on... Sorry, I got distracted by the music video. It's kind of funny to see this sped up. Oh, I was trying to figure out what music video it was. That's Kendrick Lamar. Flying Flip 20 to everything. This Crabominable will be taking a knockout, but it's going to be doing a lot of damage back to itself. Combi attach Choice Band to said Combi. Only got 2 in the discard right now. There's a couple more. The Revenge Toxicroak goes in there. Lugs Ball going to go for Baltoy, presumably. Or Claydol, sorry. We're going to evolve the Baltoy. Yep. Oh, whoops. Accidentally put 30 damage on there. Rolled it to... Did it have 30 damage? No, I still think it only had 20. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite me. I don't think it does. Skyfield down. Interesting. Just to draw some more cards. And we're going to take the knockout. So the Rocky Helmet puts 20 and its attack does 20 to itself. So up 2-0 over Grady. This Carbon will hopefully go in the distance. I mean, the next attack it uses, it will KO itself. So maybe I can find a max potion. But it is going to be an attach and retreat. So Grady says if you want to take a knockout, you're going to have to KO yourself, because the 60 to itself from the attack plus the Rocky Helmet. If I take a knockout, I will get KO'd, and that's just terrifying. So an attachment to the Flareon, and then an N. Benching the Mewtwo so that if he bounces Stadium, Mewtwo does get discarded. I kind of want to fill out the bench so that when he does, I just get more Pokemon to the discard pile. There goes the Vespiquen. Cosmic Power for 2, nothing to write home about. There's the Krogunk down, like I said, just trying to fill that bench up so I can bounce the Skyfield. And I will decide to take Knockout. How about that? So, Mewtwo gets promoted as just kind of a way to take a hit. It's got 130 HP on a non-EX basic. Really fat. Mewtwo is actually one of the better cards, I think. It's very underrated. Greedy does push the Claydol up. He's gonna read Mewtwo. I don't know why he's reading Mewtwo. Presumably kind of already knows what he does, but there's the Porygon 2. Greedy's got 2 support Pokemon online. I'm sitting just on the lone Claydol, but all of my attackers ripping and roaring. DCE awkwardly on what is that, Clefable, and not on any of the other attackers. Literally, all the other attackers can use it. Item Finder coming down. What is Grady going to grab? Probably some sort of search item you'd expect. I think he needs to get the Ampharos out that blocks abilities, so I can't use my own Claydol next turn. I think that's what he's trying to do. So, Item Finder, discarding Breeder, and Marlies. So, hard choice. Looks like for Pokemon Retriever, maybe? Yep, Rescue Stretcher, rather. Gonna grab the Coco. Wants to put 20 on everything again. And then there's the Twins. That will be for the Ampharos that blocks abilities, at least. And probably DCE, you'd imagine? Oh, Floatstone DCE is what it's gonna be. Still no ability blocking Ampharos. But we will see a Frozen City bounce the Skyfield. I can get rid of that Krogunk. Cosmic Power down. Still no ability blocking Ampharos. A Mareep down. A Muscle Band down. Come on, buddy. And a Hex, and that's it. So, I mean, that's as good as an ability blocking Ampharos, you would imagine. Scoop Up comes down. bringing up Fable. Gonna item finder. What are we gonna grab here? Taking a look. I'm actually kind of curious. Energy Floodstone? No. Evo Soda. Gonna go ahead and go into the Zoroark. Not gonna take in a knockout with it though. So we're gonna goop him right back. After we couldn't set up, we don't want him to set up. Powpad's gonna get rid of the Guzma and the something, yeah, Versus Seeker for that Sycamore. Drawing some cards. The cool part about this play though that I'm doing, the copying Flying Flip, is that the ability blocking Ampharos does say it's any Pokemon. Each Pokemon, yours and your opponent's. So if he decides to go into the damage blocking one, Grady himself will not be able to use powers. Grady is going to go ahead and bring up this, and oh my gosh, there's a lot of damage on my field. There is a lot of Pokemon that are... ooh, so we're going to Guzma and Gust up the Coco. Oh yeah, I don't take 10 damage because Frozen City says no, paralyzed. But we will copy the second attack, the 100 damage one, to take a knockout onto the Coco. I don't think there's really a way for him to get it back. Here we need a Coco and an upper energy. But a trump card comes down, maybe that's how he gets it back out. Lapras for trump card. If he can get like a scoop up and then a DCE with the Coco, he'll take a knockout on the Zoroark, knockout on the Baltoy, and a knockout on the Clefable. And that'd be really scary. Energy removal DCE is the only card that did not get, it's not going to get trump carded back in, which is scary because that DC is really important. Take a quick look at my prizes, figure out what I had in there. A Clement comes down. One of the cards that we kind of questioned why it's in the deck, but this is the one situation where it helped him because it didn't have an energy. And he needed an energy. Attach just a Flaffy and you will take a 10 damage knockout onto the... oh, sorry, he can snipe for 20. We'll take the knockout on the Claydol. Gonna retire. I really need a way to kind of like get a revenge KO of some sort. Keep pace a little bit. Keep this lead. Keep this 2-prize lead. It's a very fragile 2-prize lead because all of my stuff has so much damage on it. Really, really want a max potion here. He'll change his mind about the Potown, save himself some damage. He realizes that I could have KO'd him with, I could have copied something. But I think he wanted to keep the Frozen City there so I couldn't attach to the Zoroark, which makes sense. Interesting moves coming up. I have no support Pokemon. It's kind of been hard to battle with no support Pokemon. If I had support Pokemon here, I think this game would have been over a long time ago. Just getting what I wanted to get at any point. Would have been able to hex him out of game, probably. So Ultra Ball, gonna get rid of the Copycat and the Babies. I'm gonna search this deck of mine, see what I can come up with. Looks like a Porygon. That looks to be about it. Gonna Wally the Porygon to the other Porygon 2, the draw Porygon 2. Presumably I have no cards in my hand. Double Rainbow down. Maybe Baltoy. Oh, we're going to go for Unknown instead. Maybe I'm looking to retreat and knock him out with Flareon. Maybe that's the line of play for me here. The other Porygon down. Floatstone to the Zoroark, a Russian retreat here, and I guess I do have enough in the discard for Revenge KO. The Floatstone being big to save the double rainbow onto the Clefable. But a Broken Time Space does get bounced. Greatest played a Stadium in back-to-back turns, something you don't see in U150 very often. 3 different stadiums over 3 different turns. What will Grady need here? I think he needs to get at least an Ampharos out to prevent me, because if I play support, if he does like the jamming Ampharos, if I play a supporter, I'll do 10 to everything on my side of the field, killing my Cthulhu. So not something I really want to do. The flying flip play really coming in big, where I copied flying flip, because it is still preventing Grady from getting that ability, blocking 1 out. So important there. Excuse me. Pokemon communication. I'm gonna grab that Coco right back. He really wants to take 3 prize swing this turn. He will take a knockout onto the Zoroark and to the Clefable to go down to 3 prizes, and he will tie the game up if he does that. Grady needing that DCE, and that DCE alone. That's all Grady really needs here. Take a big lead. It will activate Flareon's Revenge, so if he can get a Muscle Band with that DCE, even better, and that might be what he's going for here. He has the teammates. What will Grady Thomas do? And there's the Muscle Band DCE. He is going to take 4 prizes this turn. He's going to knock out the Clefable, knock out the Zoroark, knock out the Flareon. Wow, 4 prizes in 1 turn. Ampharos all of a sudden takes a big lead. The low HP of stage 1 coming back to haunt it. Whoa. So, nothing but a Vespiquen and a 2 support Pokemon. This will probably be going for the Crabrawler. Yep. I could get the Crabominable and an energy for a knockout here. First supporter going to be the Rosies. Probably for that and Lapras, you'd think, or Uxie. Uxie's going to be the one. I think I have enough in the discard to knock out the active. It should, yep. What are we deciding on? For some reason, Boost Energy. Oh, yep. I said, oh, do you mind if I take that back? Boost Energy going to be the one. Hex Maniac plus a knockout, so we do have enough in the discard for knockout. And I believe I did that, the play where I do the Boost Energy instead of the other energy, because of maybe I had game in hand. Maybe I have the energy plus Lysander to take the knockout on the Raikou next turn. But either way, it is 2-2 prizes. Both players got their support Pokemon up. I did Hex Grady here. Hopefully I hexed him out of game. Level Ball going to go for the Porygon. And then item, probably Junk Arm, or playing the Super Rod to get probably a Porygon back, and then level balling for it, you'd imagine. Or that's just what he's discarding with the Junk Arm. So P-Com away, he's going to level ball for something, and then Junk Arm for P-Com. It's going to be the jamming Ampharos. So if I play a supporter, 10 damage to everything on my side of the field. Swoop Teleporter onto the Lapras, but most likely, actually I don't know what that's going to grab. Maybe a Porygon? Can't grab the Coco because it's in there. Mareep is really nothing. You might just fail it just to get the Lapras off the board. Let's see what he goes with. Still searching that deck of his. I don't know if he will grab anything else, maybe. We shall see. Looking at my hand there, I do have an Iris. I do have still that fighting energy. Super energy removal, so now we have to find the DCE. Jamming Ampharos with an energy. And there is the N here. So if I had game last turn, I most certainly won't have game this turn. Oh, damage bind. So Grady is taking the damage bind one. He's going to take the risk of, hey, I don't think you're going to find an energy in time. That makes sense. So it jammings us both. And I don't know if you realized that because he just tried to draw with it, and I said, no, no, no. You jamming yourself, buddy. So, drawing, looking at this hand, it might just be a pass. Let's see. Reading there, so powers. It's going to be a retreat and a pass. That is it. Saving the Vesper Queen and the Corballer, and Grady draws into the Uxie off of the end for 2. Ends himself into the Uxie. That is not what you want to see. Item Finder as well. Oh boy, that end to 2 might just do us in. I'm going to need a way to take a double knockout. This Coco is going to be really big. There's an energy. At least didn't get a double, and there's a goop coming down. Gonna take a scoop up. He should be discarding the, or well, yeah. What did he scoop up there? I missed what he scooped up. That's okay. Take the retreat, go into the Coco. Top decks the Oak. Ah, lucky back, lucky there. So, it looks like an experience share and an Oak. What can we get off this? I can win with an Floatstone Energy Lysander. Oh no, he scooped up the Raikou. So actually, no, never mind. That's what he scooped up. Ah, just figured it out. There's the energy. Do I have a way to retreat? If I can knock this Coco out, it'll be all but game. Here's a Super Rod. Probably grabbing back both those unknowns. Unknowns in the Claydol line. Level Ball 4. Ooh. Unknown maybe? I don't know if I'm going to continue to dig. So, I'm searching for something else, it looks like. Aha, for Lapras for the AZ. Onto the Uxie, that's my first supporter, so we will bring this up, and I will take the knockout on the Coco with the Corballer, putting Grady in just a horrible position. He needs to knock out this Corballer, and I don't think he can. Yeah, that's a big 140 HP Pokemon to deal with. I can knock out everything on his side. That might just be game there, off the Lapras for the AZ. Grady rips the Uxie off the end of 2, and I rip the Oak off the top deck a couple turns later. Field Blower. And the N. Grady probably could have afforded not to attach, because he could have gone one of those paralyzed ones. Or maybe this one does have paralyzed. Here's the flip, and I am paralyzed. Oh no. But, no, it's heads, paralyzed, tails, let's see. Oh yeah, flip a coin. If heads, this 30 plus 30. If tails, you're paralyzed. So he needed a tails there, actually. Gigavolt does 60 on a heads and paralyzes on a tails. So yes, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed.